Valley today, we're following breaking news as crews in central North Dakota work to put out a massive fire in Medina.
And an attack on a campaign office in North Carolina, ramping up the war of words between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
And a cloudy and mild start to the morning. We're preparing for some showers later in the day. We'll have the details in weather.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is the Valley Today on Fargo CW.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us. It's just after 7 a.m. I'm Lisa Vidot here with Kyle Bosch. We're following breaking news for you this morning. Fire investigators are looking for the cause of a fire that destroyed a grain elevator in central North Dakota. Several fire crews from neighboring towns helped battle the massive fire that broke out at Diamond W Feeds in Medina around 7:30 last night.
Yeah, they were working hard to keep flames from spreading to nearby houses, but the Stutsman County Sheriff's Office says it's believed the business will be a total loss. Now, the fire did shut down some roads in the area for a time overnight, but sheriff's deputies controlling traffic have since cleared the scene. Of course, you can stay with Valley News Live throughout the day for updates on this breaking story.
And we check in now with Justin Fanfarelli in for Lisa Green this morning to get a first look of our Monday morning weather.
Yeah, we're starting off pretty mild out there, and it is dry with cloudy skies. We're going to wait until the afternoon and evening before we see some rain showers. That is the story out there. High temperatures will be warm for this time of year as we'll top off into the upper 50s and low to mid 60s across the region. Current temperature right now at Fargo at 49 degrees, Jamestown at 48, and Devil's Lake at 45. We're into the mid 40s. Grand Forks out toward Crookston and Fergus Falls and Wahpeton, and out toward the Wadena area we're seeing a temperature at 48 degrees. Now the current visibility tracking some fog in the area. Visibility at 3 miles at Bemidji and out toward the Fergus Falls area at 4 miles. Everybody else looks pretty good for this morning. We are seeing mainly cloudy skies across the region right now. A few passing sprinkles trying to get started from Fargo to Fergus Falls and points off to the south. Also Ellendale and points south. Most of this is not reaching the ground, and most of us will wait until this low pressure system to our south and to our west makes its way through as we go through later on this afternoon before we will see a chance of some showers. Another system might bring us some showers as we go through the day on Tuesday. So let's track it through time with our hour-by-hour forecast. That system that gave us the rain last night well off to our east. We've got the cloudy skies this morning, and that system off into western South Dakota will make its way through as we go through the afternoon and evening as we have a chance of some rain showers out there. Then we clear very slightly, and then another system brings the clouds and some rain showers to our forecast area as we go through the day on Tuesday. So here's the afternoon planner in the Southern Valley with temperatures into the lower 60s. We'll see mainly cloudy skies with some showers possible later on to the day. Low 60s into Lakes Country, upper 50s and lower 60s into Northland, Minnesota. They'll see mostly cloudy skies, still mild for this time of year, and upper 50s and lower 60s into the Northern Valley. Mostly cloudy skies and mild with that nice southwesterly flow. Now, as we extend the forecast, recapping the next couple of days, 64 on Monday, 58 on Tuesday, mostly cloudy skies with a slight chance of some showers as we go through the day tomorrow. By Wednesday, partly cloudy, cool, a high of 52 with a low of 30. 52 again on Thursday, mainly sunny skies. We stay cool, mostly sunny Friday, 56, near 60 Saturday, partly cloudy skies. A nice mild and dry weekend ahead with mainly sunny skies on Sunday and a high of 55 degrees.
Thank you, Justin.
Yep.
We are following a developing story for you this morning. The Minnesota State Patrol is investigating a deadly two-car crash in Norman County. It happened just before 10 last night on Highway 9 at Main Avenue near Ada, Minnesota. Troopers say a car was headed west on County Road 39 when it was hit by a pickup headed north on Highway 9. Both vehicles rolled in the crash. The car ended up on its roof and then caught on fire. The State Patrol says they will release more details about what happened later this afternoon.
We now know the name of a North Dakota man killed in a rollover crash in the Northern Valley. Troopers say 46-year-old Robert Herman Jr. of St. Michael, North Dakota, was driving about 12 miles southeast of Devil's Lake when the crash happened. He missed a curve on a road near Highway 2 Saturday morning and rolled his vehicle in a ditch. Police say he died at the scene.
Just about to hit 7:06 now on this Monday morning. In our election 2016 coverage this morning, it is 3 weeks until Election Day, and Donald Trump is taking his war of words with rival Hillary Clinton to a new level, now connecting her to a weekend attack on a GOP office in North Carolina. Meanwhile, the Republican nominee's campaign continues its tailspin since 9 women leveled sexual assault allegations against him.
The latest CBS News Battleground Tracker poll shows Clinton leading Trump by 6 points across several key states, thanks to stronger support among female voters. Hannah Daniels has the latest on the campaign from New York.
Offering no evidence, Donald Trump pinned Saturday night's firebomb attack of the Republican Party headquarters in Hillsborough to Hillary Clinton and her supporters, tweeting, quote, "Animals representing Clinton and Dems in North Carolina just firebombed the office because we are winning."
Burned here in the couch and the chair.
Clinton also took to Twitter, calling the incident horrific and unacceptable. A swastika and the words "Nazi Republicans get out of town or else" were spray painted outside the building.
The election is being rigged by corrupt media.
The incident came as Trump and his surrogates spent the weekend casting doubt on the U.S. election system. Top Trump advisor Rudy Giuliani claims Sunday Democrats could steal votes in inner cities.
If you want me to tell me that I think the election in Philadelphia and Chicago is going to be fair, I would have to be a moron to say that.
Trump's own running mate, Mike Pence, was more cautious.
We will absolutely accept the results of the election.
Clinton still faces challenges of her own as WikiLeaks continues to publish more emails it links to her campaign.
You can't assume that they're all accurate.
The latest batch released yesterday shows Clinton aides struggling to respond to the LGBT community after the Democratic nominee praised Nancy Reagan last March for starting a national conversation about AIDS in the 1980s. Activists have long criticized former President Ronald Reagan for his so-called slow response to the crisis. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Clinton immediately tweeted an apology after her initial remarks at Nancy Reagan's funeral in March. Clinton is off the campaign trail today while Trump holds an event in Wisconsin.
Both candidates are set to meet face-to-face in their third and final presidential debate this Wednesday in Las Vegas. Well, as if law enforcement didn't have enough to worry about near the Dakota Access Pipeline, they're now adding an investigation to their to-do list. The North Dakota Stockmen's Association is urging ranchers to keep a close eye on their herds in that area after more than 30 cattle went missing and 5 other farming animals were found dead.
It's a problem costing the ranchers thousands of dollars. Officials say the losses could prove very costly to ranchers.
That's their full-time job, is ranching, and that's the only way they get their money unless they go off the farm to obtain another job.
A $14,000 reward is being offered to anyone with information leading to arrests and convictions. Investigators have not linked any of the protesters to the cattle missing and killed. Minnesota and North Dakota are at the top of a list that is good news for both states and banks looking to make a safe loan. According to Go Banking Rates, the Minnesota and North Dakota states top the list for the states with the best credit scores.
People on both sides of the Red River say they believe it's because we're a little more cautious with our spending and that many people here have bigger goals in mind for future purchases. Now, Georgia, Mississippi, and Louisiana were the states that came in with the worst credit rating average in this latest study. We know the cold weather is going to come, and that means that all of us will be looking to stay warm this winter, but some of those ways we're staying warm in our home can put you at a higher risk of a house fire. The American Red Cross says using alternative heating sources like an oven or a space heater are the second leading cause of home fires.
Over half of American families use those heat sources to cut down on the cost of their heating bill, not knowing that they can lead to a higher risk of a fire.
That's when we run into some problems sometimes because people are not using them in a safe way. They're using them incorrectly, and that's oftentimes when a lot of home fires will break out in homes.
The Red Cross says having an escape plan and working smoke detectors are some good first steps to make sure your family stays safe in the event of a house fire. You can go golfing for a good cause today. The Meadows and Village Green Public Golf Courses in Moorhead are hosting the 20th annual food drive. Donate a minimum of 3 non-perishable food items and receive free green fees at either course. You can also substitute a $5 donation for a single food item. You do need to reserve a tea time.
A West Fargo furniture store is working to give more pets in our community a home. Furniture for Less is teaming up with the Diamond in the Rough Pet Shelter for a fundraiser. Customers who donate at least $25 will receive 25% off their purchase. The money is going toward the nonprofit to help them care for abandoned animals. If you're interested in making that donation, you can stop in at any Furniture for Less location now through next Sunday.
Getting close to the end of the year means time for a lot of people to renew their health coverage, but it can be confusing.
Yeah, straight ahead on the Valley today, 3 key things that you need to know when you're signing up for your plan through open enrollment.